What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I thought I'd start the stream. I did take a cheeky little trade this morning to see if we can smack these daily highs, which is running up quite nicely. What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Let me just cue some tunes. It is Friday. The weather is absolutely terrible. But that is okay, because we all have each other. There we go. Alright, beauty. Let me just check all the audio's good. Hope you guys are all well. Hope you've had a good week. Let me just check the audio and we'll rip into it. You've had a good week. Yeah, audio's good. Let me just check the audio and we'll rip. Audio's good and we'll rip into it. You've had a good week. Sweet. All right. All right. Let me have a little look. What do we got? Morning. Chris, Dossie, Brad, morning guys, Steph's here, Quinn, first time, welcome mate, welcome, everyone's here, Matt, welcome mate, morning, Keefy Monster, let's go, off we go. Alright, so I'll just switch over to my trading view. I guess the play I wanted to happen today is sort of already. James is here. Bilbo's here. Everyone's here. Sweet. Happy Friday, everyone. George, morning, mate. So, as you can see, gold is pretty 5 degrees Celsius. Can you snowboard where you are? I'd consider a swap if you can snowboard. That'd be epic. So, as you guys can see, look, obviously, this weekly is just absolutely just been ripping, which is crazy. No bottom wick, which I know Aaron mentioned earlier in the week. Last time we had a weekly close with no bottom wick was back in October, which is absolutely insane. So you had this absolutely heavy sell-off last week, and now we're going to potentially retrace the whole thing. So today, I mean, it's not hard to see. Bullish. We've closed above, bullish, at least into these daily highs as a first target, I think. 4 hour. Again, see how this closes. If this 4 hour closes above these previous highs, then I think we've got further longs up into these liquidity levels, which are going to be very nice. And that's pretty much the analysis. Now, the little trade I took this morning was this one. And all it pretty much was, I think my TP is slight. I think it was just above here because of the futures was different. But all it was is I just saw that, you know, the daily had opened with no... use your words. The daily had opened and the highs hadn't been grabbed. So that was a level that I thought, look, these daily highs have a high probability of being grabbed. I saw that, yes, we had this messy price action down here. But I was like, you know what? I like these daily highs to be grabbed at some point. If we can, you know, start breaking above here, risk off this level, which is a liquidity grab, which again, as I've been talking about, it's a level I'm happy to risk off, because if price breaks below there, it's either going to consolidate or, you know, it's going to head lower. So that was literally it. I think I executed here, walked away, sat in a little bit of drawdown, and then just held fixed. So that's pretty much been my trade. I'll switch back to the thing because I think it's about to hit my TP, which will be for about 38 ticks, 2 connies. So what's that for? Just under $800 for $760, which is US, which is not too bad to start the day. And that was literally the thesis of my trade. Just I had clear highs to target and I had clear lows to risk off. There you go. Just got taken out. So holy crap. Oh my days. What? What the frick? Oh my days, where did that come from? Holy smokes. Wow. Jeez, I should have had my hard TP set. Yeah, no hard TPs, far out. I got out at 38 ticks and we've just doubled that. Wow. Yeah, there you go. So as you can see, I had so far from this morning, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so obviously one trade taken, 2 Connies, hour and 21 minutes. Just let it run. No, I reckon no hard TPs though. No hard TPs. Far out. Well, that's not what we want to see when we jump on the stream. But again, as I mentioned, all I was looking at here was these. Look at this liquidity that's up here. This didn't get grabbed before. So how many people are going to be shorting from here? Where are their stops going to be? Getting absolutely rinsed. And that's literally all I took. I didn't get a perfect entry. I wasn't fussed on a perfect entry. I just controlled my risk off a level that I was like, look, if price comes back below here, the trade's invalid. And target the highs. It was a 1 to 2 was about here. And that was that's pretty much it. Wow, that's insane. All right, let me get back to the chat. Simon, hey mate, welcome. Yeah, wow. Yeah, Aaron, I'm gonna be in the principal's office again. Cheers, Aaron. Drive safe, mate. 12 M volume. BlackRock just bought all gold. Yeah, BlackRock. Yeah, who's got the insider on BlackRock? But this is the hour before the 4-hour shuts. The 4-hour doesn't shut for another hour, which is usually it's just such a good sweet spot to trade in. Yeah. Now I've been trying to adapt my psychology too of just trying to just target 1 to 2s, at least as a minimum, because if you can get greedy and you start targeting these huge moves up, that's essentially you putting your opinion on the market and asking the market to give you more. So if you do a 1 to 2, I think your break-even point's a 33% win rate. If you're doing 1 to 3, 1 to 4, obviously your win rate has to be higher. But if you're increasing your profits or your TP levels, risk to reward levels, you're asking the market, you're saying, I want more from you. And how do we know how that goes when we get greedy with the markets? And you catch your little 1 to 2s a couple of times a week, you're chilling. You don't need to catch the bottoms and the tops, just little base hits. But that's a nice way to start the week. All right. Well, that sort of throws the analysis out the window because that was the move. As you can see, I showed the executions and everything. What's Australia dollar doing? Pushing up. It's probably gonna break out. How's the daily looking? Yeah, right. I don't even know. We'll look at copper. Oh, there you go. Copper. See, I look at that straight away. I think copper sells. I would, on the daily, I wouldn't, if you trade, I honestly don't trade copper. I'm happy with, Goldie and doing the FX pairs on the FX account. But copper, just based on this, sells all day of the week. Any sell setups, any high grabs like this, any of these highs grabbed, you get a confirmation and a change of structure because we get this high. You start doing something like this, bang, you've got sells all the way down into this liquidity level. So anyone that's trading copper, I think something like that would make sense. But again, you'd have to wait for more of a confirmation. So what you'd probably want to see is, if price can start breaking back below this level, which is a previous, supports, resistance. If you can start breaking back below there, that might be a shout. Wow, that was an insane pump on gold. Out of nowhere. Yeah, I haven't really, I reckon I've probably placed 2 trades on copper and they might have been forward tests. It just doesn't really interest me, to be honest. Like when you get this, look at that. And yes, this is a range and this is crap, but the overall idea, I had clear highs to target. These highs hadn't been grabbed. Okay, well, if I know these are probably going to hit at some point today, is there an area where I can risk off that I'm happy? And this was the area I chose. It made sense, and I just took the trade. As I said, didn't manage or anything. I just sat in a bit of drawdown and then, boom, smacked it. So that's insane. So yeah, in terms of, this will be, if you took this flip into the wick fill, what's that? It's only 60 ticks. Look at that. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, that's your trade. There you go, 60 ticks. Can't give advice, but we've had a very good week of streams this week, actually. There's been some great moves. I obviously didn't get to call that move with you guys, but did anyone else catch any buys? I usually don't trade this early in the morning, like before I sort of jump on before that 11, 12 a.m. volume, but just seeing the daily open push down directly and having at least clear daily highs to target, it was worth, taking the trade. I didn't obviously know that was going to then happen. But yeah. So this just makes me think, again, as I said, when we jumped on, buys. Look at how the daily's closed. Closed above, so next day, bottom wick, and from the bottom wick, you had your, 50 ticks up into the highs. 4 hour. A little bit messy, but I think, our next level, we are coming into a big level of resistance here. So we can't ignore that. But, I think next level, this 4 hour, if this closes like this, I reckon if we can get a bottom wick on the 4 hour, take buys up into the 4 hour highs and then up into 26.85 would be very nice. Yeah. I've been seeing so much around about that chill guy, just a chill guy. And people have been making absolute bank off some of those meme coins. Has anyone been involved in any of the meme coins going around at the moment? How many likes we got? Drop a like for the stream, guys, if you're tuning in. Get that algo pumping. I'll put my little thingy here. If you do want to come trade with us in the community or learn anything more about the strategy, got a little link here. If not, just tune in for free. That's what I did for a few months. Just tune in for free. Free value. My streams, Aaron's streams, we both trade the same, so same value. No idea what a meme coin is. Bag of Pepe. Yes, Brad, go on. Hey, Nathan, what's going on, mate? Happy Friday, happy Friday. Yeah, the pump was huge. Absolutely huge. Damn, the weather is like, the rain's like almost 45 degrees. Is anyone else looking? I mean, while gold's obviously ripped, we've now got these highs to target, which is nice. Continuing the buys. Is anyone else looking at anything else you might want me to break down? I mean, obviously I'm not an expert, but I can have a look at things and maybe give you a second opinion. Sometimes can help. Oh yeah, PJ in Brisbane. My best mate's going down to that tomorrow. The weather's been shite. Absolute terrible all week. That'll be sweet though. I love golf. I actually went for a hit in the local sim on Monday night, which is the first time in like over a year I've got the clubs out. Actually, that reminds me, I need to go put my clubs in the shed. Keeping G. Well, give me 2 secs, guys. Goldie, Goldie, Goldie. Oh my days. Oh yeah, colder in Texas. Nice, 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 nice. US 100. Yeah, let's go. Let's have a look at some NQ. Righto. Look at this. This is good old NQ. Yeah, the sims are okay. There's two. There's one which uses a TrackMaster, but it's pretty good. It's just like a virtual driving range, really. That's how you got to think about it. Alrighty, NQ. What do we got here? Right. So just based off yesterday's close, obviously we haven't grabbed lows, but we couldn't close above here, so you may sell off a little bit, or continue pushing up into your upside target. Could be yesterday's highs. 4 hour, grab the highs, close back below. So you'll probably anticipate, again, stacking it with the daily confluence. You may pull down back a bit. You'd probably want to start breaking back above here to take buys. Hourly. Yeah, you'd probably want to be breaking back above. I mean, because you want to wait for something like this if you're going to take buys to confirm it, because otherwise there's no reason price just couldn't do this and then bang. 30-minute. Look at this sell-off. Like, this is the crazy thing about NQ. Like, if you can catch it, it's fantastic, but you had no reason, there is no reason to be selling here. You had no confirmation for sells at all, and then it just pumps a whole 2 days of moves in one candle. What'd that look like on the... Yeah, that's ridiculous. Unless you, took that down into here. It's like 1,000 ticks or something stupid. But yeah, overall, I think NQ can keep buying. Obviously, there's a lot of positive sentiment around at the moment, which is good. But you may just dip down a little bit before going up there. Buy up last night, up into here, there, or up into there. That's insane. That's what I call a blown account. Full margin buys, no stop loss, walk away. Oh my days, what's happened? Oh yeah, this one here. Yeah, those buys were nice because you had these highs up here as a target. You imagine how many people would have been shorting from here. Where would their stops have been? Above those highs. So, you know, any buys from, you know, liquidity grabs start breaking out, risk off those lows down there, up into those highs. Or, you know, you start breaking out, risk off that liquidity grab up there. Those both, I think, made sense with the overall direction. Yeah, I think NQ is going to keep buying. Could be very wrong, but... Pardon me. Yeah, it's a good shout, Quinn. What's everyone doing for the weekend? I got a couple of things on. Which is exciting. I got some exciting stuff happening too, which is cool. Relaxing and swimming. Oof, nice. It'd be crazy if Melbourne weather's better than Brisbane weather, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, sweet, moving to your new apartment. That'll be sweet, man. You'd be excited for that. Friendsgiving on Saturday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you've got... When is Thanksgiving? Is it... Oh, yeah. Next Thursday on Saturday. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we do like a Friendsmas as well, which I'd say is probably a similar thing. In Vietnam. Oh, sick. Sick. 2-hour skate. Hell yeah, Matt. That's sick. Simon. DIY Bluetooth speaker. That's interesting. I'm assuming there's a YouTube tutorial for that. Gaelic football tournament in Bangkok. That'd be interesting. That would be interesting. Apparently some of their stadiums are pretty crazy, like where they do all the Muay Thai. I didn't get to go to a fight in my time in Asia, but apparently it's good. Next Thursday, friend of mine, medically retired, military, first week, civvy in 20 years. Nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I feel like it'd be a hard transition into civvy life after being in the military. One of my best mates to him, Brizzy, he's over in Perth at the moment. He's pretty much been told that he's going to go fly the fast jets. He's been in pilot school for like the last almost a year, and the grad's coming up soon, and they're pretty much like, yep, you're going to the fast jets, which is awesome because it's been his dream as a kid. So that's actually pretty cool. Flying the fast jets for the RAF. Bro is into that build a 3D printer. Yeah, true. Bluetooth speaker, that's so interesting. Irish version of Aussie rules, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sick. He's an insane pilot. Like, I've been flying with him a few times, like aerobatics and stuff, and yeah, he's done very well in the course. And yeah, they're pretty much the big dog air command is like, yep, you go in a jets. Which is like, that's sick. I think it's so cool. Streamlined into jet. So he starts on the, it's called a Hawk. On the Hawk. Let me show you the screen. I'm so proud of him. He starts on these ones. starts training on these ones for a while. And then we'll go to the F-18s, which is sick. Or whatever jet it was. Thinking solid oak. I want to make sure Jim acoustics. Oh, nice. Notice using the 3-minute bit. Yeah, it's a great question, Steph. I have actually been using it a bit more, and because, you know, I do trade, like, I pretty much now, it sounds counterintuitive, so bear with me. I pretty much, like, I used to love the 30-minute, but I pretty much only trade off the daily and 4-hour. And what I mean by that is I'll look at a daily or 4-hour and get a very clear picture of if I'm buying or selling. What I've found with the 3-minute or any, whether it's a 5 or lower time frame, you know, if you look at it on the 30, you probably might not have got an entry here just because, you know, you hadn't really had a candle closure or that sort of thing. But what I've found for me is with my bias, on the 3-minute, I'm able to see market structure a lot more. So say if I see price, say if I want to target these highs, right? If I see price moving up and I go, okay, I want to buy off here. We've had a liquidity grab here. I can target off those highs, target here. It lets me see that, you know, we've had this market structure shift like this. And it lets me, I guess, give me a bit more confidence in my stop loss. Even like up here, if you're looking to, you know, sell go. If I go on here, so if I go on here on the 4-hour or the daily, it's all about adapting. It's just something that's been working for me. So here, so I would have seen, what time's this? 2 a.m. So this was the Asia candle close. Sorry, this is the, yeah. So this was the close that's coming up soon. So I would have looked at the 4-hour and gone, okay, well, grab highs, closed back in the range, or this previous candle's range. So I'd anticipate sells. And then if I drop down to the 3-minute, it lets me, I don't need a super perfect entry. If I think, you know, if I want to wait for price to break out of here, say if I go, I'm not taking a buy till price breaks out of here. If I'm not, you know, selling it till here, I can have my stops there, do my 1 to 2, and I can see that this, you know, it just gives me a lot tighter entries and smaller stops. Or even here, like there's your market structure shift. Say if I waited even for price to, you know, break there, I can still risk off these highs and do my 1 to 2 because I can clearly see that, okay, the 4 hours closed, grabbed highs, closed back below. We've shifted basic market structure. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, cool. Well, I can buy anywhere in here, and I'm risking off a level, a liquidity grab, which this is a 4-hour high. I'm risking off a 4-hour high, which was a liquidity grab. Where is it? And you can see, yeah, it just gives me, it's been giving me tighter stop losses and I guess more of a visual confirmation that, okay, market structure is changing and I'm risking off, you know, a level where things have changed. So that's why I've been doing it, but I haven't been doing it just looking at the 3-minute. I've been doing it phrasing off what I anticipate. So I'll always wait for, well, not always, obviously I took a trade this morning, but I usually wait for a daily or a 4-hour to close. Come into the chart. So daily's closed above previous, so I want to be buying gold. 4-hour, even off the daily, I knew I wanted to be buying gold. And then if I drop down to the 3-minute knowing that I'm buying, you can literally wait for, even if you wanted to wait for this, you know, you've got that. As soon as you start breaking out of here, you can take that entry, risk off those lows, and then you've got clear targets. And it just gives you a bit of a better visual of a market structure, but it's only being traded in line with the 4-hour or daily. So that's what I've sort of switched to. That was probably a long explanation, but hopefully that makes sense. Pretty much all I'm doing, like this 4-hour will close and daily, I come onto the charts. First thing, I look at how previous days closed. If it's closed above the previous day highs, I don't know, but I understand there's a high probability that this daily candle's going to open, bottom wick, and then push higher because we've closed above highs. Next day, higher statistically should be bullish. Look at this. close below, next day bullish, close below, bearish, close below, next day bearish, close below, next day bearish. Grab lows, close back in the range. This one, closed above, next day should be bullish, next day's bullish, next day's bullish, next day's bullish. So you just keep following the flow until, until the market proves you wrong. So coming into that with bullish bias, clear highs to target. I'll look at this candle close and go, okay, I only want buys. The 4 hours closed bullish above, I only want buys. So then I'll drop down to the 3 minute and I've just been waiting for a simple change in market structure. If I want buys and price is doing this, I'll go, okay, here's a base, this is elementary stuff. I'll wait for price to break and change the market structure, because then and even if you don't get the entry on the perfect retest, once we start breaking out, you can still take the trade here. You can risk off those lows, because you know that if price is gonna come back down and re-break those lows, and it's probably a fake out. And it's probably just me adapting as well to the strategy a little bit. Adapting my strategy, because I've sort of shifted now away from the 30 minute to pretty much just phrasing what I'm doing off the 4 hour and daily, and then dropping down to a lower time frame. Anyway, that's my waffle. Hopefully that makes sense. F18. Oh, Dave and Nathan on the trading retreat. That's sweet. It'll be sweet. Everyone getting to meet everyone. That'll be awesome. Yeah, clip that. Yeah, sweet. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. And again, it's something that, like I said, it's me adapting. Because I was like, how sometimes you can get chopped up, and I was like, there must be an easy way. And I just started noticing, again, it comes with chart time. I just started noticing on the 4 hour, or gold for an example, you look at this chart, how often does it, whichever way the 4 hour closes, how often based on when the 4 hour closes is the next candle the same as, the previous? Actually, let's do a little exercise. I'm going to scroll back, replay mode. Hopefully it doesn't stitch me up. Let's just scroll back here, for example. All right. Actually, we'll do it on the daily. So, daily close below. Anticipate this next one to sell. I mean, it didn't quite sell. Next candle. Oh. Grabbed highs and closed below, so we couldn't close above, so there's probably a probability that the next day the candle's going to close bearish. Okay, so it didn't work. You're moving bullish, haven't really closed above, so you don't have that confirmation. Okay, we've closed above. Next one could be bullish. This one closed above, there could be a probability it's bullish. Next day closed above, so the next day could be bullish. Again, you just go with the wave. This day's close above, so your next day bias is going to be bullish, buying on these bottom wicks. Cool. We've grabbed the highs and closed back below, so the next day's candle may be bearish. No, cool. You were wrong. You were correct, wrong. This one. But even then, you've got little scalps. This one. All right, closed above. Is the next one bullish? Next one's bullish. Close above. Next one bullish. The next one's bullish. Haven't quite closed above, so it could go either way. Right, we've closed below. Could the next one be bullish, bearish? And you literally just do that. And I just started noticing that even on the 4 hour, how often does a 4 hour close and the next one is bullish? Like off this. If you look at probabilities, say you just trade the 4 hour closures. So where are we? Our Asia candle close is here. So that closes bullish. Anticipate the one coming into London closes bullish. So if you just traded that, you're right. You might be wrong. You're right. Or could be right. You're right. Okay, you're wrong. Probably don't trade. Could be right. Wrong. Then you're right. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I just was like, you know what? It takes the stress out of it, because more often than not, if you just follow how the previous is closed based on, so if you get a candle like this, if this previous day closes above, then you can anticipate this next candle to buy. If you get this, the day's candle wicks above and then closes back below like this with a wick to the highs, there's a high chance that this next day is going to open because it's grabbed that liquidity and head to this liquidity. So it's grabbed these highs, close below, and it's the same. It literally works with our strategy. Grab highs, close back below. You guys know what number that is. Top wick on the next daily, and then seek out the next liquidity. So I just started looking into it a bit, and there are a few theories out there and blah blah blah. I'm not going to mention the the specifics of it, but yeah, that's sort of been working for me, just phrasing, and then I take one trade based off my idea, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Clip that. Sweet. No, just Wednesdays and Fridays, but appreciate you tuning in, mate. Appreciate you tuning in. Guys, if you're watching, drop a little like for the stream. If you don't mind. Well, we got 53 people. Nice. I don't want to jinx it, but I think I worked out the internet situation too. So for some reason in Australia, you've got, when you get a modem, you've got the normal Wi-Fi and then you've got the 5G version. And I was doing speed tests on the normal version. I'm like, why is this crap? And then today I connected to the 5G version and did a speed test, and it was like on the 5G. So I think that's why. So I'm connected to the 5G now. So it should be pretty buttery, which is nice. And it makes sense, because if it is 5G, then yeah. So hopefully that should solve all the Wi-Fi issues. Well, the 30's just closed. See, even if you could, if you wanted to risk it for the biscuit, you take a buy there, risk off those lows, and just, if you do a 1 to 2, say. Because if price has grabbed the lows, you've had a change in structure, which is, that's what, if we're bullish, you've gone down, now you've broke above. Could you head higher? Maybe. And and this is the thing that annoys me. On YouTube, you see, oh yeah, change in, I'm not going to say the concept, but change in structure is a certain concept that you guys probably know the letters of the concept, but it's not. It's simple market structure. Doesn't matter if it's I'm not going to say it, a block or a gap of some sort or anything. It's basic support and resistance and higher highs and like higher lows and vice versa. The market, you don't need someone that came up with concepts to tell you this is how the market moves. That's just how the market moves. It's market structure. You've got, support and resistance levels. It's elementary stuff. So don't let anyone tell you that, oh yeah, it's complicated, because it's not. It's no one's concept. It's how the market moves. You look at the market. What does it do? It's like a wave. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You could trade support and resistance and be profitable, but it all just comes down to your mindset. And that's something that took me a while to learn as well. And Trading in the Zone, guys, if you haven't read it, that completely changed. Like, not even a cliche, oh, you changed my trading. Not in a non-cliche way. That book really changed my mindset. Trading in the Zone and Best Loser Wins, they're phenomenal books, because you feel like he's talking to you. Yeah, Chris, it's exactly it. I'm not mentioning it though, because I don't want to give it the exposure, because it definitely doesn't deserve it. No, I'm not, Peter. I'm just showing that, you don't have to have a perfect entry. If you wanted to risk that going with overall direction, you've had a clear grab. As you know, guys in the community, there's your 1, there's your 2. And then this could be your 3 if you wanted to look at it that way. But even if you don't get a perfect entry, you know that these lows, if you've adjusted your risk, if price comes back below that, it's probably going to break lower. So if this, if you jump in this, yes, you're buying at highs, but if it takes you out, it doesn't mean you're a bad trader because you've controlled your risk. It's the only thing in the market you can control. You've controlled your risk and said, you know what, I accept that. If you wanted to take this, I accept this risk. I've controlled it. If it hits it, I'm not financially ruined. I've risked whatever it is. Fixed lots or percentage or that sort of thing. Yeah, never heard of it, Chris. Don't know what you're talking about. Also, just quietly, how's the Mo? The Mo's coming back in fine form. Coming back in absolutely fine form. We're going to get the 4-hour close in about 15 minutes. 25 minutes. I've been liking this playlist too. It's sort of like beach club vibes. Yeah. I honestly don't trade or watch copper, to be completely honest. It's just another thing. I'm not in this, guys. I'm just marking it up as an example, but could go either way. Yeah, whipsaws. Yeah, I agree, man. I just don't know, like Aaron says, nothing moves like gold. Like gold can don't get me wrong, gold can kick your ass. Gold can absolutely kick your ass, but when you, especially on the higher time frames, as I said, imagine if you just traded off 4-hour candles, risking off previous 4-hour highs. How many times you'd be right? What's that? 1 to 2. How many times you'd be right compared to wrong? Like, it's not. It's just, it does move so nice. Yeah, Sean was Mr. Copper. And I've just been doing the 3-minute time frame, just because it's sort of in between, obviously, the 1 and the 5 minute. Which there's a lot of people that look at the 1 minute. There's a lot of people that look at the 5 minute. But just, I don't know, the 3 minutes just like a good medium. You can potentially get an entry before the 5 minute, but you're not on as low as the 1 minute. So, but I mean, like the 3 and the 5 minute are pretty much the same. It doesn't make that much of a difference, really. It's all subjective anyway. Like all your levels are going to be the same. That grab on the 3 minutes, a grab on the 5 minute, which would probably be a grab on the 15 minute almost. So don't take it as gospel. I mainly only use the smaller time frames just so I can identify market structure from a clearer point of view rather than looking, because some of the entries, if you look at it on like a wick, you're like, I wouldn't have entered on the candle as it was forming, risking off the candle lows. But if you're on the lower time frame, you get a bit of a better idea that, okay, we've broken below, we're closing back above. There is a probability that we're going to continue. And that's purely why I use it, just to frame whatever my higher time frame idea is. On the candle as it was forming, risking off the candle lows. But if you're on the lower time frame, you get a bit of a better idea that, okay, we've broken below, we're closing back above. There is a probability that we're going to continue. And that's purely why I use it, just to frame whatever my higher time frame idea is. Can you hear the music in the background? Not really. You've also got this nice double top here too, guys, which is good. Sweet. Yeah, it's literally just a playlist on Spotify that I found. And it's nice because it's just, let me find it. I'm going to find the playlist. It's literally just that playlist. And there's actually, I find some of the, what am I trying to say? I find some of the chill beats and the no copyright beats are pretty crap. But these are actually really nice, sort of melodic, even disco-y house tracks sometimes, and just like nice and chill. Ba, ba, ba. Da, da, da. Ba, ba, ba. What's our mate Biddy doing? Oh, I've got my alert there. 100k alert. That's insane, man. What a run. I've had some of my friends too be like, oh, I just bought some Dogecoin, or I just bought some Bitcoin. And I literally said to them, I'm like, you would have been better off buying education and investing in yourself, because if you wanted to be buying any of these coins, you should have been buying it down here or down here or down here when no one was talking about it. And yes, it'll probably go higher, but if you're buying here and then it drops, Matt, all the people that have made money, I mean maybe most of them, they're buying here, they're probably holding from here or here, not buying here and here. Yeah, it's just like, yes, over time, you know, it probably will go up just with Trump and everything, but when I have mates that don't trade and they're like, what should I buy? Man, I'm like, honestly, nothing. I've had a few mates as well. They're like, I want to learn how to trade. I'm like, cool. Do you want to dedicate 2, 3, maybe 4 years to this and actually learn it? And they're like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, no, like, actually dedicate 2 or 3 years, maybe even 5 years to learning this, because you don't just make money quick. Yeah. Anyway, join the community, learn the FWA strategy, learn Aaron's strategy, tune into live streams, whatever. 3-4 weeks, oh man, keep blowing combines, this is blah, blah, blah. Within 2 months, they've left, they've gone. And I literally, that's why I say to my friends, when anyone says to me, can you show me how to trade? Can you teach me how to trade? I say don't. I say honestly don't, because it takes a very, very almost crazy type of person to stick it out. And I'm still nowhere near where I want to be with trading. But shit, I've had some lonely times, hey? Like, yeah, it's you guys will know. You guys have been doing it for a while, you will know. There is nothing else that can kick you in the guts like trading, and it's on you. It all comes back to you. It's the purest form of you're responsible for everything that happens to you, but it's also very lucrative if you can stick it out. Yeah, and there's that video of the guys like, I'm watching Bitcoin hit $11 live. Yeah, literally, I just tell people, I go, just don't. They go, can you show me how to trade? I'm like, just don't. Honestly, just don't. Or if they talk to me about it, I'm just like, I love it. I'm so passionate about it. I could talk about it for hours, but with people, I know they just go, well, isn't it just gambling? I'm like, yeah, it is. Yep. It is. It's educated gambling. I don't even entertain it. Oh, but trading's just gambling. Yep. I literally say, yeah, you're right. It's educated gambling. I just can't even be asked with it. My favorite line that I used was when I was overseas. They go, you do the usual, like, here comes a 12 p.m. pump. Oh, what do you do for work? I'd say, I'm unemployed. And everyone goes, oh. They don't know how to take it. But then you can see they're like, well, you're traveling and you're obviously spending money. So how are you unemployed and doing it? And it was just funny because everyone's even when I came back to Australia, what do you do for work? I'm unemployed. They're like, oh. Or what do you do? Oh, not a lot. Not really much. Nah, Matthias, no way. No way, man. No. I still do other stuff on the side. Trading's not my only thing I do. Yeah, no way. Wealthy because of trading? No. Not by any means. Not by any means. Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, because again, and it comes down to what you want. Like if it does break below that, then you're right. You're probably gonna do that, but I don't know. Sometimes you can just. I find most of the time if I over manage my trades, it ends up running anyway. So I'm like, you probably could manage because that's a grab there, and if you were entering on this, you'd probably be risking off there. So yeah, you could potentially do that. When the tradies come over, see nice car, ask what to do for it. So Tim says, sell Joe to school. Yeah, they'd probably get some off you. See, again, if you wanted to take this trade or you were open to it, even if you don't get a perfect entry, where are you happy to risk off, either here or here? Because you understand that if price breaks below these levels, it's probably going to reverse. Doesn't mean you're a bad trader, anything like that. It is what it is. Price is going to do what price is going to do. You have no control over it. All you can control is this, your risk. Yeah, same, man. I just don't even entertain it. And I sometimes go, oh, this person wants to meet you and talk about trading. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, yeah, I really want to learn trading. And in my head, I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Fuck, no. No way. No way. Ba da 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 da. Oh, 100%. Yeah, sports bet amongst other things. No one just goes to the pub and drinks anymore these days. You never just drink, it's you're shouting drinks and other stuff and pokies and sports bet. I remember I do like nice things. If I buy something, I buy quality. I bought a really nice Louis Vuitton wallet when I was probably like 19 or 20, so only just working retail at the time, but I really wanted to. I'd hit a bit of a milestone and I wanted to buy it, and I think it was like $400 or something, which that was a good chunk of money at the time. But I bought it and people were like, oh, you got a Louis Vuitton wallet, oh wow, that's so expensive. And I'd just say to people, I'd go, did you go out the last 2 weekends? Yeah. How much did you spend? Oh, $300-400. I'm like, yeah, that's this wallet, but I've got a wallet, and and it just showed like where people's mindsets are with that. And I don't get me wrong, I love a pub sesh. I'm a degenerate at heart on the best of times, but stuff like that, you spend $500 on a wallet, or you buy a ring or a necklace. People are like, oh, that's so expensive. How do you afford that? It's like, what did you rinse through the pokies? What did you spend on drinks? What did you, it's not that unachievable. When you go out and spend on a night out $200, $300, yeah, exactly. And it's like, yes. Oh, why would you spend $400 on a wallet? Why would you spend $400 on going out and getting on the piss? Like, we've all done it. We've all been there. It's fun. But now I've got a nice wallet, and I've still got literally, it's in there somewhere. I'll show you. I'll show you. I've had this wallet. I've had this wallet with my little initials in it. I've had this sucker. It is immaculate for how long now? 19, so probably like 6 or 7 years, and the thing's immaculate. How many wallets do people go through normally, spending $30 every year or so? Anyway, side tangent ramble, but yes. So if you guys like nice shit, don't let anyone make you feel bad for it, because people spend a lot of other money on dumb shit. Yeah, Sean, risky business, 100%. Pub on a Friday, ooh. Yeah, it's like anything. You buy quality. You know, R.M. Williams boots, they're like $700 now, but I got a pair of R.M. Williams boots for probably like 8 or 9 years that are still in great condition. It's like you go out and spend $200 on a pair of shoes 3 or 4 times over that same time frame. Well, you've spent the same as what, you know, that by. Anyway, that was a bit of a side tangent. It's weird, so I get up, I walk away and come back, and I'm just like, I'm rambling, and then I'm like, there's no one here, I'm just talking to myself. Anyway, let's see what Goldie's doing. Back to it. So this would probably be your next target, daily highs, 4-hour highs. Yeah, I like that. It's interesting, you sort of didn't really reject these, but I suppose, again, understanding how our liquidity strategy works, how many people would have seen this be selling there? Where's their stops going to be? Above the highs, and looks what happened. Get rinsed. Trying to call the tops of the market. Weekly high. Oh, yeah. So that's the weekly, and then that's the daily. Oh, yeah, that's the weekly there. Four hours gonna shut very, very shortly. No, not yet, man, not yet. But again, based on this 4-hour closing above the highs of the previous candle, buys. Would not even consider anything else. Buys. If I have to wait for buys to set up, cool. But I'm going with the momentum. I'm not trying to call the tops and sell the top because I missed these buys. Revenge and FOMO. This 4-hour closes above the highs. Very mechanical, very simple. There's a high probability the next 4 hours is going to close bullish. So you want to trade into that. Buying on the bottom wick is your below the open is going to be your best entries. Hope you're well, Scott. Thanks for tuning in, mate. So if we can see this next one, bottom wick, then you've got buys up into, again, your play for the day could play for the day, that rhymes. Play for the day could literally just be buys up into here. Up into previous 4-hour highs, if you got it. If it doesn't, absolutely rip. We'll leave this marked up just as a, You know, we've sat through this for a bit in drawdown. Not that I'm in it. I'm not in that one. But, you know, your 4-hour open is here. So you'd probably want to be buying below here because obviously you want the 4-hour to bottom wick and then look to take the drive. We've got 56 people on the stream. That's awesome. That means it's growing, which is sweet. Hopefully there's some value for you guys. What do we got up here? 17 ticks. So this is a 4-hour open. So we'd ideally like price, if we ideally, price do something like this and then start to break above. Then you've got buys there, risk off there, and then you're taking profit at 14 ticks, or if you want to do your 1 to 2 or whatnot, then you've got that. Here we go. This is good. Dipping down. I can't tell you, mate, but yeah, you do what fits your plan. This is nice, and this is understanding. This will be a bottom wick on the 4-hour. Beautiful, beautiful. This is lovely. It's exactly what we want to see. Do 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 do. See, to take buys, you'd probably want to see a little bit more structure form. Just so that you know that if you're risking off this low, that it's actually a low that's valid to be risked off. Because, you know, if you take this and you try and jump the gun and you predict that's the bottom wick to take this, like it may play out, but over time, there's nothing saying price won't just come back down, you know, smash back through that, find some support. You want it to find some support, and then once we start breaking out, then you can start looking to take it higher. Because otherwise, you're just predicting. And this is a 4-hour candle. It's been 3 minutes into a 4-hour candle. So, because it's a higher time frame candle, you're happy to let price, you know, come below here. Make a bit of a range, do the liquidity grab, and then we can look to take it higher. Now we just wait. Now we just wait. Wait for some support to be formed. again, you know, if you were doing something like that, it's still just so early in the candle that yes, it may play out, but over the long term, there's nothing stopping price from smashing back down. And it's a 1-to-1 from there, so you know, if that rips the highs. Now if we break out, what stops to here? 17 ticks. Now, see what you could do, since we've got some volume, if you took something like this, you'd be risking off these lows. Because now rather than getting in here and predicting, now you've got volume, so that's now a valid setup. Risk off those lows, and then your 1 to 2 is going to be like here. And they're your two ways. You can either take your, you know, entries like that, or you just wait and see volume and understand probability-wise. Well, if we've grabbed lows, closed back above, entering on this candle, trying to predict it, doesn't really make sense. But if this is showing volume in line with our higher time frame bias, you've now got an area to risk off. So you're grabbing 4-hour highs now. The other thing is though, you know, 55 ticks into the highs. So it could do anything. But that's just showing you an example. You've either got your buys below the bottom wick, or if you're waiting for volume, you can do that. Risk off these lows, understanding that it's probably a risky trade because the 4 hours only just opened. We're only 7 minutes into a 4-hour candle. There's no reason price couldn't come down like this, chop around, or not chop around, liquidate and then push. But that's what it's a risk you take with trading if it fits your plan and that sort of thing. But if you're grabbing 4-hour highs into a 4-hour candle, again, anything can happen in the markets. You could just be grabbing these highs to then pull back down a bit, grab some lows and then push back up higher. Let's see. It's all about staying neutral, and that's why it's important to have your risk controlled and off a level that makes sense, because it helps you stay neutral. That if you go, okay, well, if price breaks out, then maybe I was wrong or it's too early. And then if you want to give your trade a second chance, you can. Pardon me. Whenever there's a new 4-hour candle recently made, is it common for stock to move around? I mean, sometimes it's just understanding candle anatomy. Like, you've got a candle. Most of the time, your candle's going to have a top and a bottom wick, like this. And what this is on the lower time frame, if this is a bullish candle, price is opened here, accumulated, then you get the sweep of the lows, which is your manipulation, and then you break back above, which forms like this, push higher, and then when the candle closes you get something like this, and that's the candle anatomy. So if you're expecting this candle to form, what this looks like, price opens here. If you're bullish, you understand that there's a high chance price probably needs to form a bottom wick and then flip and push bullish, which is your opportunities down here, if that makes sense. Oh, you're killing me, Bilbo. You're killing me. Why would you say that? I was literally just thinking, damn, I'm hungry. Oh. Are you going to pair it with like a whiskey or a bourbon or anything like that? Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. And it's just based on how candlesticks form, really. Top and bottom wicks. I'm sure there's a heap of content that probably explains it a bit better than me. Oh, Jamison, good man. Good man. Good drop. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Ugh. So this is now your 4-hour pushing bullish, as we mentioned when it closed. $16 ticks, yeah, nice. This one's also running still too, technically. Both valid trades too. Again, even though you don't get a perfect entry, if you're happy with where you want to risk off, I've already taken my trade for when I jumped on, which was a banger. So just showing, you know, how you can just focus on direction and focus on your risk, and you know, still pull potential trades out of the market. But we'll see how this plays out. And this is, again, you know, if you don't over manage, or even if you bought your stop loss there. Man, it is a really terrible day outside. The rain's like 45-degree angle. 57 people watching, Drop a little like for the stream, guys, if you can. We're growing, which is awesome. Respectfully, I'm not going to say, man. I'm not going to say that on the internet. As in how long? Probably. Well, I do it every Wednesday and Friday at the moment, and usually, like, I'll probably jump off at this 30 closure, the 12:30. I usually do it from, what is it, 2 a.m. London till 3:30, 4 a.m. London. Doing 4-hour play, where would you look at to? Well, if I was doing the 4-hour play, I would have been any bottom wick I would have been buying. But if you're risking off there, this is the other thing I've been looking at too, Chris. I think if I'm doing a flat 4-hour play where it's only 4 hour, just because the stops are so big, I'm thinking about, if it's a flat 4-hour play, having a 1-to-1 risk. Just because it's like it's 100 ticks either side. So 1 to 2, yes, it could hit, but again, you're asking the market to push 200 ticks. So I've just been testing it, but I think when it comes to it, like if my stops are like that and it's a big stop, just a 1-to-1, especially if it's into a level like this. It's interesting you say that, because it's something I've been trying to work out how I'm going to integrate into my plan. Oh yeah, yeah, sweet, man. It's probably all scattered. All good, all good. India versus Australia, someone to watch waiting for a pullback, yeah. Yeah, that should be interesting. That should be an interesting game. I don't really follow the cricket. I've tried to follow it more, but I don't really follow it, to be honest. I love, my 3 sports are UFC, Formula 1, and the AFL. If I was already done, if you look at trades still, would you be looking at entering over pullback? Yeah, so if it was a flat, for me personally, if I was taking it off a 4-hour play, I would be saying to myself, right, because you'd be risking off these previous lows. So I'd be saying this 4 hours closed. If I anticipate the next candle to be bullish, which is what I was anticipating, which is what I mentioned, any bottom wick on the 4-hour candle, any bottom wick down here, I'd be market executing buys. As soon as, even if it on the open, as soon as it dipped down a bit, if you've got volume, you're going to be risking off these lows anyway. If I didn't get that, like I said, it'd be on a lower time frame, like something exactly like this. where you've had a clear, you know, you're breaking above this level. Here, not really a trade, but you've had a clear price is starting to break out. You've had a clear level you can risk off, which is the current 4-hour bottom wick, understanding that on the lower time frame. And that'd be, if you miss the bottom wick, that'd be what you'd be looking at, which is a bit like your entry isn't as great. But again, if you base it off where your risk off and controlling your risk is, and that's another one. So this one's going to hit shortly too. What a week of streams. Look at this. I mean, obviously this wasn't called on stream. I took that before we got onto stream, but you know, buying up into the daily highs. 40 ticks there, 40 ticks there if you took that, 32 ticks. Yeah. Even yesterday, some of yesterday's plays been mega. Yeah, I'm just doing this because I enjoy it. I actually do enjoy it. Hopefully there's some value for you guys tuning in as well. The reason you switched theme, missed talking about it. Yeah, I did talk about it a bit earlier. I don't know where, you might have to scroll back a bit. But the premise of it is just, it's more of a visual thing for me to see market structure shifts. Like see when, here for example, you know, you've done this and then you're breaking back above, where you might not see it on the higher time frame. That's pretty much it. It's just as a visual thing that I can zoom out on a chart and I can see clearly like this. I can look at this and go, okay, there's the shift in structure to then go higher. Yeah, F1 is going to be mega. That's good. So that's your first one that would have just hit. And it looks like this will probably... And again, as you guys know, this was all framed off looking at a 4-hour candle close. That's all it... There's a 4-hour candle close. Close bullish above, so I'm buying. Buying, looking for any valid buy opportunities or any valid areas to risk off to take buys. And there your buys. 19 ticks secured to Connie's. Nice one, James. Nice one. Heard you talking about it. Your focus on... Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was saying too, like, I still look at, again, for market structure, I still look at the 30 and the hourly closures because it still moves nice. But because I'm focusing on 4-hour closures and wanting to get in on bottom wicks of these candles, and I still trade the 30 and hourly for, like, more swing trading. But if I'm scalping a 4-hour candle, like I want to try and get an entry on the bottom wick. And I understand that there should be a bottom wick at some point. So yeah, that's probably the main reason. And just because I can keep my stops a lot tighter. So again, as I said, it's counterintuitive because I'm not really trading the 3-minute. I'm looking for valid entries on the 3-minute. Which are in line with, you know, your daily, your 4-hour, your hourly closures. Yeah, all good, man. No stress. If you can be bothered to scroll back a bit, I explained it in more detail, which may be a little bit clearer, but that's pretty much the premise of it, bro. Pretty much the premise of it. I don't know where it'd be though, but yeah, that's pretty much why. I'm a very visual person, so if I visually see a market structure shift and I've got my stop loss here, then I'm like, okay, in my head it's more of like, I'm risking off a level where the trade would become invalid, which is something I've been trying to focus on. Because you get caught up in, again, I feel like all issues in trading and consistency come from wanting to make money rather than following a process. And if you're, going to break even too quickly or over managing because you don't want to lose money, then you're not managing or having your stops in an area that invalidate your trade. So if you get taken at break even or you over manage, it doesn't necessarily mean the trade idea is invalid. Yeah, which is something like I'm sure most of you guys that know that have been trading for a while. How often do you get taken at break even and it literally tags your entry and rips? Yeah, 100%. My thing I say to people is like, and this is something Aaron said when I was, learning the strategy a little while ago, is focus on just calling direction. If you know that you're going to be buying, just buy. Focus on buys. Have your stops a bit wider, size down, so that if you take full stop loss here and full stop loss here, say, it doesn't ruin your account, doesn't blow your account. And you'll be much comfortable letting a trade breathe and come into drawdown if you haven't over leveraged and over risked. And then it helps you focus on, following a process, because you don't come into this drawdown and then you're hitting your daily loss limit because you've over leveraged. You go, well, okay, if this hits a full stop loss, I'm not ruined. I can go again. It's all about bullets in the chamber. If you're going into a gunfight, you don't want one bullet in your chamber. Because if you miss your shot, then you're screwed. Focus on direction and letting trades breathe. That's probably a very good gem. Yeah, 100%, and 100%, Quint. And that's something I've been focusing on lately. I think I've touched on it on the stream yesterday, is letting, trades either hit stop loss or take profit. Taking a small chunk out, just a little 1 to 2, and having my stop loss at a level where, like even this one this morning, even though I didn't get the best entry, the most sniper entry, my stop loss was at a level that I controlled my risk, I managed my risk, and I said to myself, if this stop loss gets hit, then my trade idea is invalid. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It doesn't mean I'm a bad trader. It doesn't mean I can't trade. It doesn't mean I'm not profitable. It just simply means that I've followed my plan. It's a liquidity grab. I've put my stop at a level, and that's what a stop loss is. It's at a level that your trade then becomes invalidated. And yeah, exactly. And it's hard. Like I try to put a trade on and just, forget about it, but in saying that, obviously, if you're scalping and on your challenges and stuff, you do have to be a bit aggressive with management. Like there will be times, as I think Nathan mentioned, you can bring your stops there, and then if you come, and again, moving stop loss on structure. So if you want to trail 100%, what Nathan said, you can go below those lows, and then if price comes back down and taps your entry and then pushes, well then maybe you can go break even, because you understand that price shouldn't need to come back down to your entry again if it's already come down. And what's that? 32 ticks. Coming close to it. And this is the beauty about, streaming. Like we've sat through this together as a test of principle and that sort of thing. We, sat through this, and we've sat through all of this. We've seen it happen live. There's no replay mode. There's no BS. Like You saw the analysis and everything behind it. And we've all sat here and watched just the market do its thing. You control your risk off a level that makes sense, and let the market do its thing. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Works 100% of the time. Because no good for about a week was small. I didn't get in. I'm not in either, Matt. I'm not in either because again, I was just showing that if you miss a 4-hour entry, you miss the bottom wick. Then you just wait for price to shift. And if you wanted to get in once you start breaking above this level, you just have to look at a level to risk off that makes sense, which would be this liquidity grab here, which is the current 4-hour bottom wick. And then if you wanted to do that. So there's, what's that, 40 ticks and 32 ticks just off those two examples. How long to be comfortable? To be honest, man, probably a good 3 or 4 months. I pretty much had to unlearn everything I'd learnt when I joined FWA and, started learning off Aaron and his strategy. And it took me a good 3 to 4 months to start seeing things. And I've been with him, when did I join? April 2023. So I've been over a year and a half now. A good 3 to 4 months. And if you stick with it, like it's at the point now, I can come onto a chart like this. Because you stick with it, I can come onto a chart and I don't need to, I can see where I'd have my lines and levels like that. I don't need to draw anything because I've traded the same way. I've stuck with it. I haven't strategy jumped. I can look at this and know what I'm looking for. I can see a bunch of trades based on the 30 just off looking at the chart. Start being comfortable. 40 ticks on the push. Nice one. Take trades, trading on a personal. I've stopped personal for a bit, just the fundeds for the FX and the futures. Yeah, 100%, Matt. And that's what I was explaining when I when I drew it up. It's a bit predictive because here you are assuming that within the first 3 minutes of a 4-hourly candle, that's the bottom wick of the 4 hours. So if it was a trade someone took, you'd have to be prepared to let it push down. So, but yeah, exactly. I feel Nathan Echo said in terms of time frame. So yeah, exactly. And that's what I say to you guys, like, whether you end up joining the community or that sort of thing or not, just tune into streams. But honestly, from someone that's fumbled their way through trading, through YouTube, through all the crap, indicators, everything, this strategy is so simple. And as you've seen on YouTube lives with Aaron for like 2 years now, obviously with myself, this strategy is so damn simple and it works. And if you can get your head around this and liquidity and trading like this, You don't need any of the other BS. And I'd say that because it's as someone that's learnt it and implemented it and stuck with it. You don't win all the time. I've lost multiple funded accounts. I've lost, heaps of money. And you just stick with it. And like anything, if you're consistent and show up. So if there are any guys that are learning the strategy or you're new to it, just stick with it, because this is literally all you need to know. I've got a car as Alpha, my funded futures, and Top Step. $41075 on copper. 41070. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, I literally deleted the copper chart before. Yeah, that's what I said. Any of you guys that are new, just unlearning everything. It took me ages to unlearn, because I literally had to unlearn everything. But just stick with it. Stick with it. Yeah. And as I said, like literally, you could trade support and resistance and be profitable. It all comes down to mindset. But as someone that's actually been through it, and I'm still in the community and actively in the community, just stick with it. Like, it's allowed me to come and jump on live streams and, and do this, which is arguably, like, it's tricky to show up and do this, but I've got confidence in the strategy that Aaron teaches that, I now implement. And I'm sure the guys that are in the community or have been in the community in the comments can vouch for that. Yeah, it is. It is, Steph, for sure. But even on these two examples, like look how simple my charts are. Is this look how simple that is? Oh, it's bloody pushing. How many is this? 140 ticks in Asia. I got a bounce. Yeah, beautiful, Simon. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon. See you on the next one, mate. FWA was initially Forex with Aaron. And then it was a joke about it being futures with Aaron. Beautiful. Oh, that's awesome, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, look, obviously gold's coming for these weekly highs up here, so yeah, I think it would be futures with Aaron now, but yeah, it was initially Forex with Aaron. Pretty good long target, yeah. Yeah, beauty. Well, what I'll do, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. But we've shared a couple of moves, which have just been very simple, very clean. It's been an absolutely phenomenal week, and the last 3 days on stream has been epic. Gold is pushing into these weekly highs. Again, if you are going to be trading, wait for it to push, and then you can, trade back into highs with the momentum. That's pretty much the crux of it. But yeah. I'll wrap it up there, guys, and I appreciate all the new viewers. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll be on next Wednesday at 1 a.m. London time, so appreciate you tuning in. Hope you have a fantastic weekend wherever you are in the world, whether that's coming up. And yeah, I've got all the socials there. If you want to learn anything more about the strategy, I've got that little link up there. Otherwise, just join into the live streams. And for the guys on the retreat, going on the retreat, enjoy the retreat. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. You have the best time. So we'll see you guys soon. peace out. Have a great weekend. Cheers. Appreciate it.